How about we add some volume to the microphone? That always helps. Okay, we're going to head out to the Direlands. We're going here. It's not going to be pleasant, I guarantee. But I want to upgrade my armor, and that's the best place to do it. Kind of cheese out and shoot from the walls. There's a fort. It's a fort out in the middle of the Direlands. Oh wait, first there's a thing I wanted to check out in Lytle-Thorpe. I forgot about that. Somebody told me there was a quest to get a writ of refuge here. And if that's the case... it will greatly expedite my leveling process. Chandler, this quest that this guy starts is it's an I think it's a murder investigation. It's a mystery of some sort, but it's quite amusing. It's a play on Raymond Chandler and Dashiell Hammett, two mystery writers. Oh, this is part of the part of that quest. Sorry if you get any background noise. There's a Super Bowl degeneracy going on next door, and that'll be good. Okay. This is a funny quest. We'll come back and do this one someday. No, don't want that. Danny Maple, what's going on? Ratings. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, well, I could do without it, tell you the truth. They've been going all fucking day. I'm looking for somebody, I don't know who. But there's supposed to be a quest that will get me a writ of refuge. Were the ratings low or something? Hey, Danny. No, that's okay. I'm curious to see what it was like. I hope they did very poorly this year. And shame on anybody who watched. You know, sold out their principles for cheap entertainment. Good, good. I'm glad. Maybe they'll learn. The girlfriend and I were talking about it earlier. How they're falling prey to the same thing that everything else falls prey to, that progressive mentality. And mark my words, within a year or two, you're going to have uh, people wanting to play in the NFL who are openly gay, who are transgender, um, women, and then it's going to start to devolve into a bunch of people crying because it's too rough, too rough. Football's too rough. And then nobody's going to watch. Nobody's going to want to watch a bunch of girls worried about breaking their nails on the football field. I'm sorry, I know that's sexist, but you know, it is what it is. You can't deny reality. There is a freaking quest. I mean, there's already issues about, the frequency of concussions, and if you don't want to get your brain scrambled, don't play professional football. It's that simple. They pay you millions of dollars to do so. You can afford the medical bills. But if that's not something you look forward to, then don't do it. Become an accountant. No, you never. Well, they usually retire retarded. They barely even know where they're at half the time. But yeah. Yeah. Jesus Christ. There's only 1, 2, 3 people in that fort. So there's nobody in there. Can you hear him? It's crazy. It's been going on like this all freaking day. All freaking day. We gotta move. That's all there is to it. I don't know where this quest is. They're all drunk. So naturally they're being loud as shit. Well, I'm going to poke around here for a little bit more, see if I can find it. If not, I'm just going to head out to what I was planning on doing anyhow. I asked in the Discord if anybody had any information about it, but doesn't seem to be too many people on. Oh, nice. Good deal. Yeah, I hit 37 last night. I didn't want to say anything and jinx it. I got very quietly dinged. But guaranteed, if I would have said something, we would have ended up wiping. So I just shut up and kept it to myself. There's this guy that lives up the street. Yeah, they are, especially in a hell level. There's this guy that lives like a block up the street, and he must be like deaf or something like that, because when he talks, like when he's talking on the phone, he always uses speakerphone. But you can hear him all the way down the street, clear as day, as if he was standing right next to you. He's next door. He's one of the people next door. Give me just a second, I'm looking something up. Oh, bother. Well, I can't find it. If I get any information on it, I'll come back. But until then, let's get back to what we were doing. Is there a town crier? Yes, good. Going out to where the big guys are. Excuse me. I'm level 55 on this character, and I'll be fighting stuff that's probably around 100, 120. Should be a hoot. That's the way this game works, though. You always fight way over your level. And the drop-in is very hot. Run away! Shit, don't have ammo loaded. Not fully buffed yet. But we'll be alright. It's nice about here until you're like a little higher level than I currently am. You can just hang out on the walls and kill stuff from the walls. Ooh. But this is where I'm going to get all my upgrades. I did a special event yesterday. Now I got a cheeseburger that I can cast my spells with. How freaking cool is that? I see a shard of some sort. Dillo I'm not too concerned about. Helps if you have ammo. Switch from bow to a crossbow because it does a hell of a lot more damage. These things do a lot of healing, but they're so fucking heavy. And as an archer, I can't afford to wait. It's the one benefit to playing an archer. You get to get it down to half health for whatever. Ooh, nice. Yo, Fat Tony, what's going on? Gold golems. I don't think I can jump the wall yet. Let's find out. Nope, not quite. Hope I can reach those guys. But I can reach those guys. You get close enough that they aggro on you, you can pull them back. Micah, what's going on? I decided to kick it up a notch tonight. Head out to the Direlands, where all the big shit is. Come on. There we go. How was your monk? 16? Something like that? Last time you played? Oh, that's right. You have other characters. I always forget about that. Well, that's better. You can have this one. Lockpicks. There's a quest for these things. I should probably go get it first before I continue. No, I guess not. Must not have been put in this patch. Alrighty then. Oh, you are? Awesome. That's cool. This is cheese right here. You can't touch me. I'll do this until I'm about like level 65 or 70, and then I'll just go out in the field. Then it'll just become more efficient to go out in the field and kill stuff. Unfortunately, to loot them, you have to jump off. Major willpower. I'll take that. Yeah, they did a special event. What was it, last night? Last night. It was a food fight. You were getting attacked by sausages and hamburgers and bowls of stew and a giant cow. Giant cow was the main boss that you had to kill. And one of the rewards for killing the giant cow was a cheeseburger that you can cast spells with. Like a wand. There's a sausage wand too, but I flat out refuse to use a sausage wand. Sorry, I have my principles. Is that a Griever? Yeah, we can do a Rufus. I'm buffed to the gills, so that's why nothing's really hurting me. If I wasn't, they'd be smacking the piss out of me. I'm looking for majors. Now, these two banderlings up here, I can take advantage of certain issues that they're having with spell casting and loot drops. These guys normally cast spells, but because they're trying to put this all together from scratch, there's an issue with some conflict between the loot drops and their ability to cast spells. I don't understand. I don't know why. So you can stand toe to toe with them, and not worry about them lobbing fireballs into your face. which is a good thing. It's not going to last forever, so I'm going to take advantage of it while I can. And see, I do get hit. My life bar is going down. Yeah, PQ and head, yeah. It's very mobile. Lots of movement around. On a melee character more so than a ranged character, you do a lot of moving, positioning and whatnot. A ranged character, you just kind of stand still and shoot things in the face. Wait, what was that? There was a necklace there. No, it was a pair of shoes. Actually, I'm not doing too bad here running around. What is that? Manglers and maulers? I don't care about manglers and maulers. What was I saying? Yeah, you have a run skill. The higher your run skill is, the faster you run. Same with jump. The higher your jump skill, the higher you can physically jump. I actually need to raise that up. I've never put any points into it. There. We now have a 345 jump skill. I'm going to pull this guy away from those golems, because they actually do cast spells. Everything is social right now. It's not supposed to be, but for some reason it is. I'll show you what you can do with the 345 jump skill here in just a second. Point blank range with a crossbow. How about it? I should be able to jump over the wall now. The downside to having a really fast run skill is oops, I missed. It's too far back. Sometimes you run faster than the game can process. And like when you go into a new land block, you'll start lagging out until it catches up. Yeah, there you go. 15-foot vertical, boy. And not one peep from the NBA. Oops, hold on a second. Sig Diamond Golem. Golems you have to be careful about because they cast spells. I think they're finally settling down next door. This is not considered an exploit. It's considered strategic use of terrain. normally they're not always social like this. They're still working out a lot of kinks, and unfortunately right now all monsters are social. So if like monster type A is standing next to monster type B and you attack monster type B, monster type A is going to come with them. Normally it's just, you know, within the monster type itself. But still working things out. Still working shit out. Golem is important because they drop special things. But not this time. I'm looking to upgrade my gear. That's why I'm here. I know I've mentioned that already, but it bears repeating. These guys I'm not afraid of. These little things are spell components. It's a stack of spell components, a condensed stack, and then you use a tool to open up the stack when you're out in the field, so you can carry all these condensed stacks with you, so you don't have to like make frequent trips back to the shop. But they also sell for a nice chunk of change, and they stack. So excellent archer loot, since you don't have the strength. Nope. Nope. And nope. So we've got a Legion over here. These guys are weak to lightning. Or electricity. I don't know why. There's two factions to this race, and the other faction is a playable race. But these are the bad guys. The Gotroks are the bad guys. Ooh, he's got hollow. I'm gonna have to run from this one. They got hollow weapons. Hollow weapons ignore your buffs. Yeah. We're gonna have to hightail it out of here. Ouch. And that's why you run really fast. If this is just one, I would have stayed. And now it's going to be just one. Healing kits. Those are weight in gold. I wonder if I can. What is my melee defense anyhow? Really need to raise that up. Over here somewhere, there's a guy that drops a bow. I really want to kill him, but he's surrounded by other guys that really want to kill me, so it's a trade-off. Creature, major creature. Oh yeah, I loved it. Oh, that was on the edge of my seat throughout the entire thing. I don't even know who played. I don't even know who played. Full up on those. Oh, good. I'm glad for it. Now, gold golem. What is that? Acid? Gold golems are weak to acid. I don't know if he casts spells or not. We're going to find out. I think he does. If he does, it's going to be entertaining. That's not proof that he doesn't cast spells, it's just proof that he didn't cast spells that time. So. Now here's where all those guys are. Ooh, crystal shard. In this area, well, this is I'll show you in a second as soon as I kill this thing. This is a battlefield in a sense. Over there is a fort, and you know, it's the first settlement that they created over here in the Direlands. And this is just a big staging area. They actually went through and leveled everything. But no, there's a lot of mountains. Holy Jesus, too many. When you're running cross country, you come across a lot of them. Those guys are problematic. That's what I want. I need this thing for a very important reason. I really don't. Yeah, we see that it's all mountains back in there. It's just that this one area's been flattened out. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. As long as they're not hollow. Are they hollow? Ah, they're hollow. See ya. See ya. They hit too hard. They hit too freaking hard. Unless they don't hit at all. No, they hit too hard. They hit too hard. This might require a little patience. It means I'm screwed. Uh-oh. Sounds like Queen White Tifa next door pissed baby daddy number 3 off. Hope he doesn't put her head through the wall. I really don't want to have to deal with that. There we go. Just had to get him far enough away that it wasn't going to draw social aggro. They drop these things here that you put into pieces of armor to improve the elemental properties of it. But not always. Now, who am I looking for? Renegade crossbow. Renegade Commander Walanawa. He's on the other side. So we have to go around. This area's gone through some changes over the years, but this used to be like your first leap into the Direlands, and there would just be all kinds of people running all over this place, dying left and right, screaming for or running for their lives, trying not to get murdered. Good fun, good fun. Go in there. Bag for everything. There he is. I have to somehow get in there. Not this one is only really a few weeks old. Oh shit. Damn. These guys are a pain in the ass and juggernauts. stop doing that? Swap out my healing kit. Stop trying to murder me. I have wife and children. There's a penalty to trying to heal while you're in combat mode. And once you get below 50% health, that penalty increases. Oh, come on. That's what potions are for. Derp. Now I get it. I found a way to do it. I just figured out a way to do it without having to actually go in that house. Kill him through the window. Pyro P. Very nice. I just leveled up, by the way. That's the guy I want right there. Come on. Damn it. I don't know, I'm still waiting to hear back. I gotta wait for the alpha key thing. Can I jump through that window? No, I drew that juggernaut again. This is going to be a pain. God damn it. Please stop murdering me. I wonder if we can get on top of one of those roofs. Might have something. I think we can. Yes, we can. You're dead, bitches. You're dead. Where there's a will, there's a way. You can just get them stop running around so much. I'm only really worried about that guy right there. If I can kill him and loot him, I don't care if I die afterwards. Oh, he's a tough little bugger. What's he weak to? No, not that. Not that. This is going to take a few minutes. He's apparently resistant to just about everything. Yeah, a little bit. It's like I said, this one's only been up a couple weeks, and it's copied over from another one that somebody else put together. They had a PvP server, but they didn't have a PvE server, so this guy decided to go ahead and start doing the PvE one. I can't tell you that, Atlas, unfortunately. Sworn to secrecy kind of thing. So don't want to get anybody in trouble. But you can join the group on Facebook. I don't know if you're on Facebook, but Save Asheron's Call, and you should be able to get some information from those folks. It's one of the stipulations to streaming. Oh, I was on Frostfell. Born and raised. Since day one. See all my arrows down there on the floor? Smoking. This guy heals fast. All my characters were some derivative of Kona, Kid Kona, Hero Kona, that kind of thing. I was in originally I was in the Devil's Monarchy back in the very beginning, and then I joined. Oh God, I forget the second monarchy I joined later on when Devils and Angel stopped playing. Bunch of Chinese guys. The Devil's Monarchy was a bunch of Chinese guys. It does not matter what you use on this guy. Just resistant to everything. What about bludgeon? Have we tried it yet? No, not Asba. No, I know. I remember him from back then. No, not Asba. No, I wasn't anybody famous. I lost my first account though. I gave it to a friend of mine, and then he got a one of the rare drops that was bound to the account or something like that. So I think he ended up selling the account for the rare drop. So I lost my first account and had to re-roll when I started playing again a few years later, and it was great. I loved it. Well, yeah, it's, you know what they say, you can't go home again. But I've been having so much fun with it. It's all I've been doing. I've been doing it too much, honestly. I really need to slow down. I've been playing all freaking day. But they're finally starting to come together. It took about a year from the initial. I don't know if you checked out any the work that P was doing way back, well, a year ago when they first brought the servers down, where you're just basically running around an unpopulated world in your underwear. Sorry, I was reading something, got distracted. To, an actual playable version of the game. Now, there's still issues with it, don't get me wrong, but there definite progress, and there are other ones that are a little further along than this one. I just like this one because it was a nice small community, and servers are really stable. This is going to take forever. Need to crit more. Thank God I got a good bow for it. Sounds like somebody's casting spells at me, but that's just the sound that happens periodically. I don't know what the deal is with it. You can be in the middle of town and you'll hear that sound. It scares the shit out of you, too. Just a second, I gotta check some messages. Hollow Lair. Okay. What am I playing? Asheron's Call. No, not tonight. No. Not tonight. This is my game. This is my game. No, it's nothing like that. There's not enough people on the server, to be honest with you. I think at any given time you may have 20 people on. It's very low population. I like it that way. It doesn't affect me. I've always been a solo player, so. And again, it's only been up for a couple of weeks. And they're intentionally keeping. Oh, it was an accident, Danny. I was level 32, I think, and portaled into this town, and there's this creature over there. Right next to where you portal in, a really low level creature too, like level 8 or something like that. And you know, it's one of those trophy creatures, and I always kill the trophy creature, so I killed it, and it dropped one of the pearls, and then you can take the pearl and hand it into a guy, and you get something that's called a writ of refuge, and you use those to buy houses. Houses aren't working yet, so there's no point in having a writ of refuge. But there's a guy in the portal network where if you hand him a writ of refuge, you get 40 million XP. So I went from level 32 to level 54. Well, from 32 to 54, just like that. They put the guy in place for the high-level characters, so that when they have Vitae, it's your death penalty. Every time you die, all your skills and stats are reduced by 5% until you earn enough XP to erase the penalty. That's what the guys originally there for the high-level players, because when you're like level 200 or whatever, 40 million is just a drop in the bucket. So they can get a writ of refuge handed into this guy and wipe out their Vitae really quick. It is a good game, Peyton. It came out around the same time Everquest did. It's a lot more dynamic though than EverQuest is. It's a lot less standing in front of the bad guy doing this, you know, and a lot more moving. And this is a bad example. I'm cheesing out, trying to get a bow off this guy. He's taking forever to die too. But yeah, there's a quest where you can get those writs of refuge. Well, you can get one. It's a one-shot deal. So I'm going to, after I'm done putzing around with this guy, I'm going to go do that quest real quick. Somebody just cued me in on how to do it. So I'm going to go get that real quick and probably get up to like level 65 or so after I turn that in. Maybe 60. It does start to slow down. High level, 40 million is nothing. You're talking billions of XP to level up. I just hope he dies before my buffs run out. I didn't realize that. I'm 9 minutes on my buffs. I might have to come back. In fact, I can guarantee I'm going to have to come back. It's just running around too much. This, it looks like this is all glitchy and like, but this is kind of how they've always done it since day one of this game. So this really isn't too far out of what it would have been on the retail. Whenever they're below you like that and they can't get to you, they kind of go into panic mode and they start running around looking for a path to you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back. Alright. That sucks. Didn't even get him down to half-life. But we know where he is. You don't burn ammo, but if your shot hits the ground, you'll leave an arrow there that you can pick up later. So you start with 10 arrows, then you end up with 17 after shooting 40 or 50 or whatever it was. Go figure. Alright, let me go get some buffs and do that quest real quick. We'll come back to this when I'm higher level. Furniture. Okay, we found our quest. Let's go get buffs. Jesus Christ. I guess Philadelphia's going apeshit right now, based on the football game. Were the Eagles in it? I don't even know who's in it. Was it the Eagles? I mean, not that Philadelphia needs any excuse to go apeshit. They have chimp outs on a regular basis. But, yeah. Let's set up our arrow. 2.2 south. 50. This thing is a godsend. It points you in the direction you need to go. You just put in the proper coordinates and it tells you where you need to go. Okay, I'll be back in just a moment. I have to grab a coffee. And then we're going to go do a quest. Who won? I'm guessing it wasn't the Eagles. Or maybe it was, I don't know. Like I said, they don't need an excuse to riot. Philly's such a shithole. Yeah, good for them. Patriots need to take a year off, don't they? That must be it right there. No, that's too close. See what I mean about the run speed, though? The faster your run speed gets, the more choppy the traveling gets. I'm sorry, Danny, but you know it's true. I went there for a Rush concert back in the early 90s. Down to the Spectrum. And we came in North Broad Street. And, you know, after smoking a lot of weed and whatnot and not being in the right frame of mind, I thought, we came in on North Broad Street, it only makes sense to go out South Broad Street, right? Right? No. We went down the street. All the windows were dark. And, take the south hallway. Hold on, let me pull up a map here. There were no lights in any of the windows. Most of the windows weren't even there. They were either boarded up or smashed out. And in the middle of the street was a car on its roof on fire. Yeah, we realized very quickly that we were in the wrong neck of the woods. Oh, that's not too bad. My uncle lives down that neck of the woods, down the suburbs of Philly. Oh, what do we got here? Monkeys. There's no hogs here. Yeah, I know. It always does, but... Alright, let me buff up real quick. I forgot to buff. There's a lot of animosity in my area in regards to Philly because we get all those junkies and whatnot. They come up here to my town and go to all the rehab clinics and get the free welfare and housing and whatnot. And so there's a lot of antipathy towards the city. Because our formerly beautiful little town where everybody said hi to one another and got along and, you know, shopped together on Saturday mornings are now afraid to leave their homes. Not looting anything. There's nothing worth looting. I'm here for one thing and one thing only. Ooh, they are fighting. you hear that? Can you hear it? There's no music or anything in this game. Kill the monkey first. Let's see, slash? Is that what it is? Yeah, slash. This is easier than I thought it was going to be. But this is what I came for. That's it. Give it to the Arcanum Envoy. This used to be a beautiful town. It really did. And I don't mean to keep going on. And I'm not trying to make you feel bad because, you know, you don't have anything to do with it. It's not like, you know. But back in the day, this was the lumber capital of the world. And there's all down the main street. There's all these big, huge, beautiful houses and whatnot. They've all been converted over into student housing and apartment buildings and run down now. But big, beautiful mansions just lining the street. Each one used to be a home to a millionaire of some sort. You take that token, give it to an agent of the Arcanum. That was quicker than I thought it was going to be. That was a quest. I just finished it. But now we have shootings on a regular basis and whatnot. It's just, it's not a good scene. Again, it depends on the neighborhood, but might as well do it in Lytlethorpe. That's where we started. Way down there. And that's our guy right there. The guy in blue. Not him. This guy. Agent of the Arcanum. Then we give him the token. Gives us a writ of refuge. Then we take that writ of refuge. Go back to our portal thing. Hop back in the creepy black portal. Whoa. Then we hand it to this guy. Now watch, I'm level 56 now. 62. 56 to 62. That's not bad. And I have 62 million experience points to spend on skills. Really need to raise my magic skills is what I need to do. I think I might be able to squeak out 6s now. Do I have enough for creature? Nope, I need 2 more for creature enchantment, then I'll have the hat trick. Boy, it goes fast. What is my 281? I need 10 more points. Definitely need to raise my health. Stamina doesn't really matter right now because it's not working properly, so you don't go through a lot of stamina. The only thing you really need stamina for is your mana renewal. Ah, neat. There, just spent 62 million experience points. How about that? Let's go unload our loot, rebuff, and head back out. Finish what we started. Hopefully while we're out there we can get some diamond golems and get them to drop some little bits that they drop and get some more of those writs. Did not want to go this way. This is my hometown. Yeah, but this is why I logged in, or I portaled into this area, and then right off there to my left was this little flying squid thing. And killed it, dropped a pearl, handed the pearl in for a writ, handed the writ in, blam, 54, just like that. It was neat. Okay, all our stuff is this guy. You wanna make a gnome enchanter? Alright. Woot, my first MMD note. Merciless maneuver. Don't you give those to the trophy smith? I believe you do. I tried enchanter a couple times, a couple different races. You want to get him up 30? I hope you do. I really hope you do, because we really need one. If you can find a cleric to level with, it's the most powerful combo in the game. Nope, I guess he doesn't take him. Ivory Crafter, that's who it is. That's in Cragstone. Let's head on over to Cragstone real quick and hand that in. I forget what you get for it. I know you get XP for it, but I'm just curious to see. Oh, but he does take the Banderling scalps. No, yes he doesn't. Alright, we're going to make our way over. There's a portal of Cragstone just down the road here. You can just go back to the town network and hit the portal there, but I'd like to run across the landscape a little bit just to see if there's any trophy creatures laying around that you can pop off real quick on the way. It's a good way to pick up extra motes or shards or whatever. Or Nifis Pearls for more levels. See? Broken fragment right there. And that's why I do things the way I do. There's our shard. How about that? Getting closer to that greater shadow number. Takes a long time to build a suit of that. Did I see that? Yeah, I did. Ooh, mud golems. These are all low-level creatures. Oh, there's a whole bunch of golems over here. Excuse me, I'm dying. Alright, you guys need to go away. All golems have the chance to drop a mote, and you make special weapons out of motes. Motes are these little yellow things right here. The orange things are shards. You got the orange ones from the fragments and the black ones from the shadows. And you use those to make a suit of armor. It's really not that good anymore, but I want to make it anyhow. Just trying to spread the corpses out so they're easier to loot. Now the lower level golems have a lower drop rate. I think. I could just be making that up. But they still have a drop rate. Just not this time. Okay, we can go now. But that broken fragment was the big thing. Those things are so freaking hard to find. There's no dungeons that have those things in them. There's golems. There's dungeons with golems in them, but there are no dungeons. And then there's dungeons with shadows in them, but there's no dungeons with fragments in them. So you only have to, pretty much. I mean, there's like one, I think, but you're pretty much restricted to going overland and just finding random spawns of them. Ivory crafter. I'm going to give you this. 36,000. And we're going to give you this. Ebon Tooth Guitar. How about that? Is that any good? Light weapon? Well, I got a light weapon guy. He will appreciate that. Crushing blow, biting strike. Very nice. If this server were working normally, Phoenix, what's going on? You might appreciate this one a little more. The graphics are still old, but the gameplay is much faster. The random loot drop weapons are much better than anything you get from a quest. Unfortunately, they haven't coded them in yet. It's a work in progress. been collecting weapons. Alright, we'll buff. I need to get my level 6 spells. What am I, 280? I'm close. I think 300 is level 6. But with 280 you can push it. Life Magic's 290. Yeah, I gotta get my life and item level 6s. I'm not gonna do that tonight. That's boring. But I do have to do that. That's garbage. I gotta sell that. And before we hop in, let's buff our armor. Just like that. That's why I play spellcasters in this game, because you never run out of mana. Yes. I just went all the way across from one side of the world to the other. Just that quick. Vanderlings, yeah, they do. They're kind of dopey. Golden Golem up here. This is the first MMO I've ever played. This came out just a couple months after Everquest. This is my alma mater. Close, 98. I'm sure you could run on 3.1 though. And in my opinion, probably the best MMO ever made. But of course I'm biased, so... The melee characters are much more dynamic to watch. The archer character is just so much more powerful. So that's why I'm playing him. I don't like dying. Oh yeah, yep. Yep, I heard of it. Read the books. Hopefully warrior. There's a lot of legions up there. Looks like those dillos are actually in the fort. Ah, jumped too soon, or jumped too far away. Come on. Get up there. Son of a bitch. You guys saw me do this earlier. You know I can do it. Alright, fine. We'll do it the boring way. Open the door. You gotta talk to that guy up on the wall and he opens the gate for you. They're not supposed to spawn inside the fort like this. The whole point behind having the fort is to keep these guys out. But whatever. I guess as long as you're not bothering anybody. Looking for majors. Nothing. Nothing. Making a shit ton of money though, I'll tell you what. Got all these really high level monsters all around this fort, and then there's one tower over here in the corner. You got these tiny little level 12 rats. And they've been there since day one. I guess I just never wanted to take them out. And those are frost elementals. Yep. Elementals are a pain in the ass. There's a patch one. How they handled updates is every month they would advance the storyline, and every month there'd be a patch. New content, new story, new stuff to do, new quests, new items, all that fun stuff. And they do this every month, with the occasional, you know, major patch where they like do a major update to the game. And that's kind of one of the things that really sucked you in. It's like the Balzeron, the big bad guy. When he was awoken, it started raining blood, and the rivers were running red with blood, and literally running down the river, and it's red with blood. And then every time it rained, it would rain red. There was always this red cast in the sky for the entire month. It was like that. But then another patch was the Direlands event. And that was the elementals, and the whole entire landscape was just covered with freaking elementals. Oh, that was irritating. I'd really like to do a series of lore videos. It's a regular diamond golem. And that's one of the things that really sucked you in about the game was one month to the next you never knew what to expect. And you didn't have to wait a whole year for an update. And they do, you know, like at the culmination of a storyline, and a storyline could go on for several months. But at the culmination of the storyline, then the devs would actually come in with dev-controlled characters and enact this whole thing for the player's benefit. It's just really neat. Until the players screwed it all up. As they are wont to do. One of the events was Asheron, the main good guy, versus Balzeron, the main bad guy. And as soon as Balzeron logged in, the dev controlling Balzeron logged in, they forgot to turn off the accept vassals, you know, it's kind of followers kind of thing. So everybody was swearing fealty to Balzeron. And the event prior to that, where they were trying to keep Balzeron imprisoned, there was a dungeon you had to go to destroy. It was a trap. You were supposed to go to this dungeon and destroy this thing, and by destroying the thing, it was supposed to keep him trapped, but in reality, it was actually setting him free. But the players didn't know that at the time. And on the on one of the servers, instead of trying to destroy the big crystal thing that was keeping the guy in prison, a couple of guilds, monarchies they're called on here, got together and decided to defend the thing instead. And as some people were defending it against other players, because it was a PvP kind of thing, other players were going in there and sacrificing themselves to the giant crystal and leveling it up. Because monsters in this game will earn XP too if they kill a player. And this went on for quite a while, and the crystal thing at the end got a pretty significant level boost out of it. And the devs had to finally step in, and they came in with their super dev characters and got killed by the thing at the end. It was funny. It was hilarious. But rather than, you know, take the Everquest route and pretend like it never happened and, you know, throw kind of a hissy fit, you know, like when the sleeper was awakened, instead they put up statues in their honor. Every server has one. For those who gave their lives to defend the crystal. Neat stuff, neat stuff. Okay, and we're back to where we started from. Oh, come on, we're just there. Sometimes you'll lag out. Lag is actually a gameplay element in this game. Get up there. God damn it. Why can I not? You guys saw me do this earlier. We were just up here. Now I can't do it. Did they raise the roof? Yeah, raise the roof. I made it funny. There we go. There we go. Sticky edges. You don't fall off. And now's a good time to go get a sandwich, because this is going to take a while. Let's go over here on the side. I wonder if I can debuff him. Life 5. Piercing bone. No, he resisted. Nope, he resisted. Nope, guess not. His resistance is much higher than my magic skill. Alright, we're just going to stay here and kill him. I'm down 99%. There's 2 of these guys. One drops a bow. Actually 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4. One drops a bow, one drops a crossbow, one drops a hand-to-hand weapon, and the other one drops an axe. This guy drops the crossbow. Let me get the bow also. Oh, he's trying to get me. If it wasn't for the Legions, I'd just run in there and tank them. But those Legions with their hollow weapons make it very painful. But you can do this in each one of them. That's neat. What do we have down to before? 66% before the buffs ran out. it's auto fire. It has auto fire. Mages are the most hands-on class because you actually have to cast all your spells. But melee classes and range classes, it's all auto fire. It's gonna piss me off if they restart the servers right now. There's the world. At least this section of it. There's the big flat area, and then you got the fort over there somewhere. You can really zoom out. Comes in handy when you're running overland trying to find a specific thing. You can put the camera above your head and zoom way up to get a good view of the area. Patch day was always an exciting day because that's the day everybody would run out and try to do all the new content first. And so people just be running all over the place, not knowing exactly what it is they're looking for. You get clues, you get hints, but you don't know exactly what it is. And there's always one person that finds it first and then starts telling everybody, and then everybody just descends on this place and goes crazy on it for the next month, and then it just kind of settles down. And then the new content comes in, and either rinse, repeat. It was always fresh. You know, the game was always fresh. It never got stale until they went into maintenance mode. 87%. Be right back. I'm gonna go get a coffee. Sorry this is so boring, but it's something I have to do. I need the upgrade. She made these chocolate peanut clusters, but she doesn't know how to temper chocolate yet. What's going on, Ty? So they're real melty. Did you do your walkabout yet? Aw, that's too bad. But still, that can make for some good, entertaining viewing. What's more romantic than a young couple in love walking in the rain? This shit's taking too long. When the girlfriend and I first got together, before we had the beast, every time it rained we'd go for a walk. She loves walking in the rain, splashing in puddles and that kind of thing. She's 5. She's fallen, she's not, but she acts it sometimes. It's cute. And I'm a fuss budget. I don't like to get dirty or muddy or anything like that. So it was an adjustment for me. I just don't think I'm going to have enough time to actually kill this guy before my buffs run out. Juggernaut's still down there. This is not an exploit, this is taking advantage of terrain. This is Asheron's Call. This is my first MMO. It came out right after Everquest did. I played this for a year before I picked up Everquest. Yes, let's keep doing that. Let's get some crits. Well, it would be Asheron's Call if Asheron's Call was still up. They took the servers down a year ago. No, I got peanuts stuck in my teeth. Peanuts. Peanuts. I said peanuts. Yeah, kind of like that. Yep. Basically same thing. Emulated server. Built from the ground up, from scratch. Kind of like Star Wars Galaxies was. More like Star Wars Galaxies than P99. P99 is a legacy server. This is it's not completely up to date, current. Well, what would have been current, but fairly close to it. You know, a couple years prior. This is just not going to work. I warned everybody, if I find a good Asheron's Call server that is okay with me streaming, that's all you're going to see me doing anymore. My numbers are going to plummet, but I'm going to have so much fun. It's more exciting than this, trust me. This guy that I'm trying to kill here drops a bow that I need. Crossbow. And he's not cooperating. Let's try to debuff him again. Bam. Resist, resist, resist. Resist. See if we can drain him. Might be able to drain him to death. Nope. Can we harm? Got that one to stick. Trying to debuff him. But he is resisting my efforts. I'm not a mage, so it's just not my strong suit. No, not gonna do it. Dispersing, what's going on? We're back on this nonsense again. This is just going to take too long. I don't want to sit here and do this all night. I will come back and do this off stream. Can't use the bow yet anyhow. Oh good, good deal. Probably better off. I guess the folks in Philly are going apeshit, burning everything, you know, to celebrate. Never understand people. I got that Legion trapped inside. Maybe I can... I can hit him from out here. Yes! We might be in business, folks. As long as he stays in front of the window. Well, at least we're missing less. Yeah, stay right there. As long as we can kill him within the next 20 minutes. Exploiting like a bitch. This stuff was never considered an exploit in this game. It was just a creative use of the environment. It's the approach I always took to it. Life mages. Mages that use life magic to kill instead of war magic. Could kill something from the other side of the wall by draining its health away through the wall. Because unlike war magic, life magic doesn't require a line of sight. And, yeah, it was awesome. Very powerful. We might get him. 20 minutes. We need a lot more crits is what we need. This bow that I'm using has improved crit range, and when it does crit, it crits for more damage, so if it crits more golden. He's not going down easy though, I'll tell you what. Level 185. My character's level 62. This guy's level 185. The arrows are actual physical things. There's a an add-on you can use. It'll actually follow your arrow's path or flight. When you launch an arrow, it'll follow the arrow to the target. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can see, you saw me picking some of them up that hit the ground. Are we cutting this close? 41%. 40%. So, how about those Mets? After the Super Bowl, you can turn on the news and watch Philly burn. Need it tonight, we got snow. It's supposed to be warm the next 2 days though, so it's all just going to melt right back off. He has no weaknesses. Normally monsters they're weak to something like slashing, piercing, fire, something like that. This guy doesn't have any of those. So you just use whichever arrow has the best variance. You missed dispersing, you missed the brouhaha next door. The degenerates were whooping it up for the big game. So you could hear him through the mic. It was horrible. So close, so close. I'm gonna have like 2 minutes or so to jump in there, loot the corpse real quick, and then portal out before I get murdered by the bad guys. Sorry, again, I'm sorry this is so boring. This is not what I planned on doing. But the opportunity presented itself. We did do a quest earlier. That was fun. Took all of 10 minutes. 10-minute quest, gained, what was it, 8 levels? Six or 8. I forget what it was. Down to 22. I have to get the bow yet, too. I have to do this all over again to get the bow. I'm not going to make you guys sit through it, I promise. I'm going to get some fat XP for this, though. It's going to be fun trying to do this on my melee characters. They actually have to go in the hut. %? Come on, come on. 14. More crits, more crits. Come on, crits. Stop it. It tracks, so if he like skits a little to the left or right, it'll attempt to as I'm firing, it'll attempt to track that. It tries to lead the target. Got him down to 10% with 11 minutes left. I might be able to just loot him through the wall if I'm lucky. He doesn't. If he doesn't get knocked back, I'll be able to loot him through the wall. Because that's the thing. %. Come on. Now you start missing. Four. Three. 2. The suspense is killing me. Got him. To jump in. Alright, here we go. You ready? That's all we wanted. Now they can kill me if they want. I don't even care. Yeah, we did it. You done? All right. Well, that was fun. I'm gonna kill this diamond golem over here. See if he drops a. Oh, what's it? Got 1.4 million XP for killing that guy. Remember, he's having this much fun. Yep, didn't drop one. That's okay though. Got our bow. Can't use it yet. Skill's too low. Oh, awesome. I don't have to come back here with this. Wait, a missile weapon? What the hell is that? Oh, it's a dart launcher. Neat. Huh. What is our... Is it 381, I believe? Yeah, 381. Yeah. 381. So we need 9 more points in our bow skill, and then we can use it. Now we're going to go back out there and just kill stuff and upgrade some of our gear and try to get something that matches a little better. This is hideous. Throw it in the bag with our other bows. Collector. I need a collector. What the hell do you do with these things? I'm thinking. Let's go to Holtberg. Or Shaoxi. We'll just go to Shaoxi. Collector's easier to get to then. Are you going to take these? Yes. 24,000. Huh. Neat. Got a backpack. Doesn't provide any more slots, so we don't really need it. It's just a personal decoration item. What else do we gotta do? What else do we gotta do? Don't want to be carrying around a towel. Don't forget your towel. Check this rule number 1. Make sure I got rid of everything. Got some trophy items here I gotta turn in. Collecting too much crap. Always happens. Always happens. Alright. Enough of that. Yeah, I'll be back in just a moment. Gonna grab a coffee. Then we're gonna do something a little more exciting. Tomorrow's Monday, isn't it? That means everybody in DC will be back to work. And that means heads are going to start rolling. I'm excited. I'm excited. I think it's going to be an entertaining week in politics. hop in that portal, you want to make sure you're ready to fight, because there's bad guys right on the other side. I got room for one more in the bag, yep. Anything, nothing. 231. Much heavier. And it's stupid looking out. Nothing on you. And nothing on you. Okay, Pyreal Golem. They are weak to acid, I'm pretty sure. These guys are usually good for something, but not this time. There's another Legion down here. Legions are fun because they don't cast spells. Unless they, I don't know. Oh yeah, hollow weapon, but he doesn't. These guys you want to shoot in the head. Most mobs you want to shoot in the feet, but these guys are really good in the head. Well, that's unfortunate. All right. It's their trophy item. You can do something with it, but I forget what. I think you make a key ring for some higher level keys for special chests that haven't been implemented yet. Nugas are just a pain in the ass. brighten it up a little bit so you can actually see what's going on. Type in /day and it brightens everything up. Minor, nothing. Nothing. Alright. Let's go out in the field and see what's out there. Ooh, there's a shard. I get excited when I see those things. Nothing. So many banderlings. Banderlings suck. Want golems. There's a couple. The advantage to bows over crossbows is bows are faster, but they don't do as much damage. But once you're fully buffed, that becomes irrelevant. But the animations on a bow are faster, so technically it's still a faster weapon, even though the speed states it as a 0 speed after the buff. The animation on a bow is faster, but the crossbows have a much higher damage rating, or damage bonus. So you'd be a fool not to use crossbows. I still prefer bows though, just for style points. It's sexy. Nothing sexy about a crossbow. I wonder if they're weak to lightning, since they're acidic. Nope. I guess it doesn't matter, bludgeon or pierce. In the early days of the game, crossbows had a bad reputation though because they were so slow. Then nobody used them, but then they did some changes to the game mechanics, and they became very desirable again. Or finally. Nothing, and nothing. All right. I like killing bugs. These are a race of intelligent insect-like things that had the population of this world enslaved for a long time, and then Acheron came and liberated everybody from the Ulthoy enslavement. Yeah, that's that story. Everybody's working down in the egg farms, feeding the eggs. Or sometimes feeding each other to the eggs. Ooh, what do we got here? I think mine's better. 217, yeah, mine's better. There's one, the spawn locations are a bit off. There's a, yeah, Ulthoy right there in the middle of the camp, and there's not supposed to be any spawns right inside the camp. It's not up there. Manually. Raider means hollow. If you see anybody with a Raider name. Yeah, how about that? Good old AC. Goofing around out at Fort Teth. There it is in the background. Come on. There we go. That's Manuga Rock over there, that little cave thing. It's been there forever. It's always had Manugas around it. Major willpower. I wonder, do I have minor arcane, minor focus, minor strength, coordination, mana conversion? I got 2 mana conversions. Minor coordination. Let's like this. Oh shoot. Should be more than enough. Major coordination. So we don't need that anymore. Who's that over there? Oh, we gotta go over there. Golems. Kill this guy to get to him though. Oh, and there's a Pyro Golem too. So, good deal. So you die. Exodus Raiders are lower level, so I'm not as concerned about their hollow weapons. Looking for gear upgrades. There's my major port or creature enchantment. Once I finally get creature enchantment. I think I need 4 more skill credits to the creature. It's gonna be a little while. Or 2 more. Oh, I thought that was a golem. That's a minecart. Derp. I don't know if that dungeon's here yet. Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah. I do a lot of EQ too. Well, it's every Saturday night actually. We do a group excursion of some sort. Wait, you're not new. I've seen you around. I think I've seen you around before. But, sorry, it's hard to keep track of everything because I'm old. Oh, this is going to be god-awful. How about that? Is that sexy or what? Major bludgeon ward, major willpower. God, that's awful. That's fucking awful. But it's an upgrade. We will fix it. I'm level 62. Yeah, every Saturday nights we do some kind of group thing. Right now we're doing Lower Guck on Project 1999. Nope, P99. The legacy emulator, yeah, you know. Yeah, we're doing Lower Guck. We usually start out every night with a whole slew of deaths, and then we get into our groove. And ooh, there's about 4 more levels. I can't wear this. This is hideous. This is god awful. Major willpower, major bludgeon ward. Oh god, this. Look at this. What if somebody I know sees me dressed like this? Oh yeah, no, here I'm 62. On P99, our group's around mid-30s. I just, actually just dinged 37, last night. Shit, I can't even get rid of that thing because it's too nice. Oh, this is horrible. I gotta find new legs. Second. Oh, yes. If you join us with an enchanter, our cleric will be humping your leg all night. So I'll apologize in advance. He has a thing for clarity. For crack. I hate these damn things. More trouble than they're worth. $11 o'clock. 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is when we always play. Oh, hey, thanks for the follow. What's up, yo? Hey, no, Kaboom, it's not. Nope. Nope. JC, from, the Twitch stream, is probably going to be joining us, next Saturday. Alright, you have a great night. Enchanter. I don't know his in-game name, but JC, JSCEA2 on Twitch. He plays on P99. And he's got an enchanter around that level, around our level. Kaboom! I don't know. Do you stream, JC, or are you still here? I think he took off. Do you stream? Gathorn was wondering if you streamed. Gathorn's our healer. From the YouTube stream. You do? Yeah, he does. Alright, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. He has a German sense of humor, Gathorn does. So. Why can I not hit you? Minor, 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 minor. I don't want minors, I want majors. Chandelier key. I should probably take that for later. Okay, what else is around here? Plate Delos. Those are fun. What's that over there? Grievers. Meh. Grievers suck. Ooh, there's a shard. I gotta replace these guys. This is awesome. The cow stands alone. Okay. Oh, Steam name. Okay. Hey then, what's going on? You there, Mr. Shard. A word. Playing WoW, huh? Yeah, my son started playing again. I dabbled with the idea, I just couldn't do it. You mean empty of other players, Gathorn? Or just empty in general? It's just the way the game's always been. It's one big open world. So if you had like a mob every 5 feet, I don't know if you'd be able to process it. And I'm also out in the wilderness, kind of. Kinda. There's a fort right at the top of the hill. What is down there? Banderlings and legions. I don't care about banderlings and legions. Actually, where the hell is the fort? Did I go past it? There it is. There it is. There's the fort. I like how much more accessible raiding is now on WoW. A lot of people don't. I do. We had a whole discussion about it last night. Started to get a little heated. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's more casual friendly now. A few. The server's only been active for a few weeks. Hasn't been up that long at all. I was actually lucky to find it. It was just a fluke that I found it. It's the PvP server that's really active. Moat. I like golems. Golems are my favorite. It's a big world, and everybody has their favorite places to hunt, and very seldom do they overlap. Especially, I mean, you know how I am. I always like those weird off-the-wall places. Fort Teth holds a lot of memories for me. It was my first excursion into the Direlands. Over in the dangerous part of the world, back in the day. So I always make it a point to come to Fort Teth at some point, even though it's not as heavily used anymore. But that kind of works out to my advantage because I don't have to compete with anybody for the spawns. Ding. What server are you playing on, Hayden? Gathorn, if I go into one of the towns, Holtberg, it's the most popular town. Where is it? Right there. If I go to Holtberg, you'll see people coming and going all the time. I mean, relatively speaking. So naturally I avoid it like the plague. But that's where you start. Zujin Horde. Alright. I got that one. I don't know what server my son plays on. There's time. We got 22 minutes till our next buff. Summon some acid arrows for the Pyro Golem. Yeah, yeah, I can understand that. That was always my favorite part, though. Unless I'm playing on one of the private servers, and then I just like cheese out, make a Shadow Knight, get him to 70, make a Demon Hunter, and just go right up to it. That's the only way I'll play WoW anymore. There's nothing against the game. It's just I don't want to. It's not a game I want to play anymore. But if I do get that itch, I'll just hop onto one of the private servers. Oh, I saw another golem somewhere. Could be mistaken. What's that? Griever. Griever. Pyro Golem. Oh, that's right. And then there's a static spawn of a Pyro Golem right there. Neat. A lot of people are. From what I gather, they're going to do some minor tweaks to it. I hope they don't tweak it too much. You know, because people want what they want. At least they think they do. You want a little glimpse into what it's going to be like, hop onto one of the vanilla servers. Yeah. Yeah, you're going to see a big spike in the very beginning, and then it's going to just drop right off. Moat. The moat bag is getting full. Hey, maybe I can just make that my moat bag. Where the hell did I put that? Get down there. Sorry, rearranging my inventory. Okay, what do we got here? Major Bludgeon Ward, Major Willpower. Yeah. Oops, get back here. I forgot he spawns. Use your light weapon aptitude. That doesn't do me any good. There was an event the other day, Gathorn. I don't know if you're still here or not, but it was basically a food fight. We're getting attacked by... No life bars for the enemies. There's add-ons you can do. See this right up here? That's an add-on. But it doesn't work that well. It's better to just identify the character and look at the percentage. But when you kill the main boss, this was your prize. It's a cheeseburger that you can cast spells with. There's also a sausage, but I just can't bring myself to buff myself with the sausage. I have my limits. Kielbasa. Polish sausage. But there were giant bowls of stew and sausages and giant cheeseburgers running around attacking everybody, and then there was a big giant cow that you had to kill. That was the boss. Neat stuff. Just goofing around, just one of those. I'm trying to upgrade my gear. That's what my current goal is. I'm just running around the field killing stuff, because that's the best way to find gear in the game, is just to run around and kill stuff. The random drop gear is always better than the quest gear in this game. Move on to the next tier. the game's set up in tiers. It's not really a gold thing so much as you just go out and explore, find trouble to get into. Hey, that thing looks neat. Let's go get that. That kind of thing. You know. Yeah, there. I just did one, two earlier, actually. There's one real quick one that got me a whole bunch of levels. Yeah, and there's not, it wasn't quite. You have to kill a named mob to get my next bow, my next crossbow. That's what I was doing earlier. Is this hut back here in the background? He's inside the hut, and then there's a bunch of guys standing around him. Well, I lured everybody inside the hut so that they were trapped inside the hut, and then I jumped down off the top of the hut and shot him through the window. Took about a half hour to kill him. He was level 135, I think, and yeah, I was only 62 at the time, so it took a little while. This is an emulated one, Mad. I am forbidden from speaking its name. Because Warner Brothers are dicks. That was the stipulation. They said it was okay to stream as long as I didn't tell anybody what it was. They have both, but this one's PvE. No, there's actually quite a few, but you know they're all real staying down low, that kind of thing. Not advertising. Join the on Facebook. Join the Save Asheron's Call group if you're on Facebook. I don't know if you're on Facebook, but if you are, join the Save Asheron's Call group, and that's where you can get started if you're interested. Beyond that, I can say no more. I used to be Frostville. Oh, I think we had another Harvest Game person here earlier. Let me scroll up. Yeah, you're the second Harvest Game person tonight. Good games don't die, they just get emulated. Yeah. I was in my 20s when I started playing, so. But yeah, Thorn, to answer your question, quests are definitely worth doing. They're more like EQ quests though, where you just go out and get all the parts and then you go turn it into the guy. I mean, there's some. There's a like in this town called Lytlethorpe, there's a noir quest where you have to like solve a mystery of some sort, and you go around talking to various NPCs and run around through dungeons and whatnot. And there's one area where you have to run through the dungeon without attacking anything, because if you do, you'll wake everybody up and they all start attacking. So it's a neat little thing. It's fun though. It's more a fun thing than that one in particular is. But some of the quests are like the Pyreal Weapon quest. That's what I'm collecting all these nuggets for. That takes quite a while, and you get a pretty decent weapon when you're done. This server doesn't have random weapon drops yet. So everybody's doing quested weapons. You do the quest more for the XP though, because the XP rewards for quests are usually really freaking good. Shuffling, yeah, you remember that? Yep, firing up those free AOL things so you can play. Just get yourself a whole stack of discs from the local convenience store. Memories. I told you I wasn't the only one that played this game. What do we got left? 8 minutes. We got time to kill that golem. You got to die, Mr. Vanderling. You're in my way. Now this one that I'm playing on has only been around for a few weeks. It's relatively new, but it's incredibly stable. So that's why I'm here. Yeah, they took it hard, Thorn. They took it. There was this guy who was like he was retired, and he was really looking forward to retirement, so he could just spend a lot of time on Asheron's Call. And then right after he retired, they brought the servers down. He was just heartbroken. So he started playing he started playing Project Gorgon. A lot of people played this game from launch to shutdown. A lot of people. Because there's always something to do. You never run out of stuff to do. Very seldom is it the same old grind over and over again. Because each character plays different, each character has different strengths and weaknesses. There's options. You pick and choose your skills based on what you want to use, and you know, once all the skills are fully implemented, the customization gets even higher and higher, because then you got your secondary combat skills, your sneak attack and your recklessness, and you can do single-handed or dual wield eventually, not right now. So it's always fresh, and it's a big world. There's a lot to see. There's a lot of lore to go through if you're that kind of person, which is something I actually want to start doing. Start going around finding all the lore, cobbling it all together. There's a really neat backstory to it, full of pathos and, you know. Yeah, what I was talking about, I was telling everybody about that earlier, where the well, there was 2 monuments dedicated to one to the Advocate program. It was people who volunteered their time to help other people with the game, and then they did away with the Advocate program, and people were kind of like upset about it because the Advocates were really helpful. So they erected a monument for them, and then there's another monument that was erected for a group of players on one of the servers who went against the script for one of the events, and instead of trying to kill the big bad guy, they were actually power leveling it. So that, they were protecting it from all the other players, so nobody could get in and kill it. And because they kind of had a feeling that if you kill this thing, it's going to release the big bad evil guy, and they didn't want the big bad evil guy to get released. They wanted to keep him in prison, but everybody else is all like, no, we got to go kill the thing, you know. And in this game, when a monster kills you, it gets experience and it can level up. So they had like half the group was protecting the monster from all the other players on the server, and then the other half of the group was sacrificing themselves to the monster, power leveling it. And it got to the point where the devs had to step in. So they went in with their, you know, super powerful dev characters, and they ran into the room to kill the thing, and it killed them because they'd power leveled this thing so much. So they had to bring the servers down and reset it. But rather than, you know how in EQ with the sleeper, how Sony kind of got all pissy about it. Well, rather than take that route, they just decided to put a statue up for their dedication. I just ran past one the other day. The ingenuity. They were always really involved with the community on this game before it went into maintenance mode, of course. Do you buff? Ah, yay! Happy times. That means I don't have to leave as often. I was talking about this earlier. Every month. Yeah, you can do. Well, the story I told last night was we were in town one day, bored, didn't know what to do, didn't really feel like doing anything. You know, we were just sitting around talking. So we took this really low-level creature from right outside the pub and drug it into the pub. And then one of the really high level members of the guild debuffed himself, and then laid down on the floor, because when you're laid down, all your defenses are minimal, and let this thing kill him. And when it killed him, the thing leveled up like 15 times, because there was such a vast level difference. I think it was like a level 4 creature versus a level 60 or 80 player. And then we just kept doing that over and over and over again, until, you know, it started to get a little scary. The monster started getting pretty high in levels. I think we got him up to like level 40 or something, before we finally let him go. But then we let him go, and he went back to his spawn point, and then we sat there and watched, and some newbie came down and attacked it, because it was just this low-level drudge. Didn't think anything of it. And bam! Killed him in one shot. It was hilarious. But every month they would do new content. There would be an update every month with new content, advancing the storyline, that kind of thing. So the devs were always really active with the game. It wasn't like a new expansion every year. It was every month there was new content. This month, you know, like, it's raining blood and the rivers are flowing with blood. The next month there's elementals all over the place, that kind of thing. And there's this constant storyline. And then at the end of a story arc, you know, like, for example, the Acheron and Balzeron story arc, where they finally have their big duke 'em out. Acheron and Balzeron were played by two of the devs. And when Balzeron logged on, everybody started swearing fealty to him, so that he was their guild leader, effectively. Patron, is what it's called in this game, but it's effectively guild leader. So he had this whole army of people as vassals, and so they had, because he forgot to shut that thing off before he logged on with the character. It was just neat stuff. But this whole battle took place between the two of them that was actually done by developers, instead of just a scripted event. Because the game doesn't have the technology to do a scripted event like that. That's why it had such a loyal, hardcore following. Because you felt like you were actually part of the game, and not just, you know, playing somebody else's game. You had an impact on it. You had an impact on the future. The New Madeira storyline, you had to choose whether to save her or kill her, and you know, based on the responses that everybody gave during the course of the month, that determined the course of the storyline in the next month. That kind of stuff. So yeah, that's why I got so attached to this game. That's why I'm still playing it today. That's why I'm skeezing around the back alleys of the internet, trying to find somewhere that I can still play it. You know, even in a less than perfect form. I'll take a less than perfect form if I have to, just so I can still play it. Memories. We have to take these two things to a place and do a thing. This is going to be fun. Watch this. And this was my hometown, Hebianto. The housing's not active right now in the game. They haven't figured out how to script it yet. Well, there wasn't anybody playing it. I think when they shut it down, you had like 300-400 people per server, and there were 5 servers. But this was my hometown, and the very first monarchy I was in, way back in late '99, early 2000. This was our home base, the second floor of the pub in Hebianto. And that's what I've claimed now. This is where I park all my characters. No, we just sit up here for hours and talk. And one day somebody was doing some drop mealing. You drop a backpack down on the ground and log off with this character, log on with another character, and pick it up. And while he was doing that, somebody ran up the steps and started rifling everything out of the backpack. Well, they did. They kept them up for a year, just in maintenance mode. But Turbine stopped doing computer games and went to mobile games. They're only doing mobile games now. So they wanted to just wash their hands of the whole thing so they didn't have to deal with it anymore. But they kept it up in maintenance mode for a few years, I believe. Because they just didn't have the heart to shut it down. It wasn't an easy call for them. And then when they finally did, I'm pretty sure it was because they had made plans to sell it off to Warner Brothers. Sell the rights off. You know. But they kept it going for quite a while just in maintenance mode, with no new content, just now we give you this, and you give us a writ. And we give you this, and you give us a writ. Then we take those 2 writs. Watch this. This is exciting. You watching? But they told the players, you know, we're going to be shutting the servers down at some point, so start getting your emulators ready. We can't release the source code, but you know, you can do whatever you need to do, reverse engineer whatever it is to figure out how to get it up and running, and we're going to be okay with that. We're not going to throw a stink about it. So they did, and then after they sold the rights off to Warner Brothers started sending out cease and desist notices. Yeah, the servers don't even exist anymore. They're just completely gone. Now I take those 2 writs and I go over to this guy and I say, "Yo, dude." That got me a few levels. I am now level 71 with 127 million experience points to spend. And now we can use our new bow. Woot. Thing's a beast. Oh. At high levels, it takes so much XP to go up a level at the very high levels. I mean, you're talking millions and millions and millions, billions. It gets into the billions at the higher levels because it goes up to level 275. When you die, all your skills and stats are reduced by 5%. Until you earn enough experience to erase that penalty. Well, it can be a little difficult when you're level 275. Excuse me, God, to gain that much experience. So, you know, just to make life, quality of life a little easier on the server, they put this guy in. Then you hand him one of those writs of refuge and you get 60 million experience for it. When you're level 275, that's not that big a deal. That gets rid of your bate penalty. When you're level 62, it gets you 5 levels. So... kind of taking advantage of this to go and do some of the stuff that I was never able to do before because I'm too lazy to level. There's mages. There's range attack, melee attack, and then there's mages. And mages come in 2 flavors: war magic and life magic. War magic is by far the most common. Especially in PvP. But then, with the melee attacks, you have finesse weapons, which are little, quick, fast, kind of things. Light weapons, which are just your medium things, and then heavy weapons, which are your big, slow slobber knockers. And it used to be broken down by the individual weapons. You know, you had a sword skill, you had a mace skill, you had a dagger skill, you had an unarmed skill. You had all these different weapon skills. But then they just cut it down into the 3 base classes. Yeah, well, I didn't know about Everquest when I played Asheron's Call. I saw a buddy of mine playing it. Kua, and I just fell in love with it the minute I saw him running up the beaches in Eastham. So I had to get it. And then I found out about Everquest because some of the other guys in my game shop were playing that. So about a year after playing Asheron's Call, I got a copy of Everquest. And then I just flipped back and forth between the two. But yeah, Asheron's Call was my first. And then with missile combat, you have crossbow. But it's just all missiles. It's just a question of flavor. Crossbows, which are basically your heavy weapons. Then you have regular bows. And then you have, where is it? Well, it's not going to let me do it, but thrown weapons. But if you're playing a missile character, you can use any one of the three. It's just a question of taste, preference. I actually prefer the bows. Crossbows have a higher damage modifier, but they're slower. So they do big splash damage. Whereas with a bow, you ting 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 ting, and then with the thrown weapons, they're really fast. You're just fling 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 fling, throwing shit all over the place. But with mages, well, let me log on my mage. I actually think you'd like the mage the most. Hold on just a second. I mean, melee's melee. You know what melee is. If you like big, slow, lumbering attacks, you play a heavy weapon character. If you like fast pitter-pat attacks, then you play a like a finesse weapon. But this is my mage. I'll go out in the field and kill some stuff, just show you what it's like. No, nothing like that. It's pure combat. Life mages are technically supposed to be healers, but they're also some of the most powerful killers in the game. Because a war mage has to be able to see the target. War mage needs... Oops, shit, wrong spell. War mage needs line of sight. This guy's a war mage. So I have to be able to see him with my fireball. Or to hit him with my fireball. But a life mage can be on the other side of the wall, because you see the radar up here in the corner? Life mage, he can target you through the radar and kill you through the wall just by draining your life out, kind of like a necro. But the healers have never been needed in the game because there's a healing skill that you can take, which is much more effective, much faster, much more effective. Then you keep healing kits on your person, and you just heal yourself, or potions. You can use potions because you can just chain drink potions. It's fast. The gameplay is really fast when you're doing combat. You don't have time to wait for a mage to wind up and crank out a level 6 spell. Here, let me show you the difference between a level 1 and a level 6. Or level 4, for example. I'm just going to do some life spells just so you can see the wind-up. Stamina mana self. This is a stamina mana to self 1, and stamina mana self. Can I even cast that? What is my skill? Life magic. Oh yeah, I can cast that. Okay, here's a level 1 spell. Bing! Real quick, real easy. Here's a level 5 spell. See how long it takes to cast? Now, level 6 and 7 and 8 take even longer. There's a longer wind-up because you have to build up that magic energy to use it. You're building up more magic energy. It's kind of part of the gameplay. And by the time you're done cranking up for that level 7 heal, the guy's already dead. So it's much easier for the like the melee or the archer guy to just heal himself with a healing kit, because it's just bam, just that quick, and then you're full health again. Now the casters will use the heals on themselves, but very seldom do you see them healing somebody else. You know, like a life mage can be on this side of the wall, and then if there's a monster on the other side of this wall, he can kill it through the wall, because he doesn't require a line of sight. Because the war spells are actual physical things, like an arrow. I need a target. You have to cast it on something. So you see that Matacar down there. I'm gonna go kill it. Oh, it's a great Matacar. I'll lob a fireball at this thing. Now, if that's another player and he sees that fireball coming, he can step to the left and it'll completely miss him. So you can dodge the spells if you see them coming. Whole chicken. Neat. Never saw that before. Ah, there's another one. There's a big ass chicken. That would solve world hunger right there. Completely different than what you're used to. I had no choice, they attacked me. They had to go. Completely different than what you're used to. It's more of an active game, less of a like in Everquest. You're sitting there fighting, and then the bad guy dies. In Asheron's Call, it's like blam, 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 dead, blam, 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 blam. And instead of fighting like 1, 2, or 3 mobs at a time, like in Everquest, you can fight up to 20 or 30 at a time, and still come out on top. It's much more action-oriented. That reminds me, I got an orb for this guy. Since he's here. Then there's a third class of mage that was added later that's not active yet. They're called void mages, and they specialize in dots and debuffs and stuff like that. It's yeah, kind of hard to describe it all. It's an emulator. It's not a private server. It's an emulator. Important distinction. Important legal distinction. Oops. But no, it's not my server. Not mine. Oops. It's my new fighting orb. Does improve crits. Crushing blow. When it does a crit, it does a big crit. And on that note, it is 3 o'clock in the morning. It's time for me to go. So I thank you all for watching. Keep me company in this relic of a game. We'll be back on tomorrow night, 11. Yeah, like, subscribe. You know the drill. Whatever. And yeah, see you then. Have a good night, folks. Stay warm.